8th grade. Today's video is going to be on equations and functions and determining whether functions are linear or not, which will prepare us for our MLQ tomorrow. First, in your notes section, what is the one rule for a function? The one rule for a function is that for every input, which is our x value, there is one output. So we can also say this as for every x, there is one y. Then when we have our line, remember that our rule for a line is that every line has a constant rate. So most of our lines are functions, but not all functions are lines. Functions can be any shape, or it can just be a bunch of points. And then the other notes that we need to write down for functions, which we have only talked about briefly in class, is which kind of equation, what does an equation have that makes it a function or not a function? So first, if we have x and y with no variable, that is a function. So x and y without an exponent, that is a function. And then if we have x squared or x cubed or x to the fourth power, is that a function? Yes, it is. So that is also a function. But then if we have y squared, so we have our y with a variable, so that's y squared, y cubed, not y with a variable, y with an exponent, that is not a function. So if our y has an exponent, that is not a function. Just going to write FUNC for short, but that's supposed to say function. All right, so in these problems, we're looking at an equation or a graph and determining whether it's linear and whether it's a function, and then we're checking off the boxes. So let's look at this first one. It is in the equation y equals mx plus b. So is that a line? Yeah. And is it a function? All lines are functions except vertical lines. So if you see an equation of a line, you can assume that it is a function. For this next one, we just have one x and one y. Is this linear? Yeah, as long as our x and our y don't have exponents, we can turn it into the equation of a line. So it is linear. Is this a function? Yes, because all lines are functions. Now let's look at the next one. What do you notice about this next equation? I see this x squared. X squared, does that make it a function? Yeah, x squared is a function. So we can check off function, but is it a line? No, it's not a line because our x has that exponent. We need just a plain x and a plain y in order for it to be a line. And then the last one, we have y squared. Is that a function? No, it's not a function. Is it a line? No, it's not a line either. Now we have two graphs at the bottom of the page. So let's look at this one. Is this graph a line? Yeah, it has a constant rate, so it is a line. Is it a function? We know that all lines are functions, so I can check it off. And then also if we check, every input will have one output. Because everywhere that you are on the x-axis only will have one value to go with it. So yes, it is a function. And then for our last graph, is this a line? No, it does not have a constant rate. It is a parabola or a U shape, so it's not a line. But is it a function? If we look at every x value will only have one y value, so it is a function. So it's not a line, but it is a function. Let's just run through a few more practice quickly. Is this equation a line? No. Is it a function? Yes, because our x is the one squared, so it is a function. Is this equation a line? Yes, because we have x and y without any variables. Is it a function? Yes, because all lines are functions. Is this equation a line? No, because we have a variable raised to a power. Is this equation a function? No, because it is our y that is squared. Is this equation a line? No, because we have a variable raised to a power. Is it a function? Yes, because our x is raised to the power. Is this equation a line? Yes, because we have just x and y without any exponents. Is this equation a function? Yes, because all lines are functions. All right, go ahead and try the 4 problems on the back, and we'll go over them together.